I'll open comment from you with regards to the regional.
Well, it's the time of the year that all of us are excited to begin. We started last August with one goal in mind. Now we have an opportunity, and it's up to us to see how we handle it. Very excited about the regional. It's a very difficult regional. Georgia Southern I'm familiar with, although it's been a while since we played them. I've kept up with their program, and they've done an excellent job. Certainly, Kennesaw State is no stranger. They play a lot of very difficult teams during the year, Georgia Tech and Mercer, and basically anybody that will play them. And then, of course, University of Alabama, Mitch Gaspard is a good friend and has just done a tremendous job with their program. So it's setting up to be a very exciting weekend.
Look, you like to see 7 teams get in from the ACC?
Great question, Ira. Yes, we need to keep that reputation. It's important that ACC baseball be looked at in that vein, and I'm very, very pleased that we got the 7 deserving teams in there. Not that maybe 1 or 2 others didn't deserve it, it's just that I think the committee did a great job in looking at all of the facts. Did a great job.
There's something to be said for seeing Alabama as frequently as you see them too. I think this is their 2nd straight year and 3rd in the last handful of years. Does that familiarity help at all?
Well, I wish I could say it did. I just know that they're very well prepared. They come in here and they're going to battle you. They really got off to a great start. So, of course, we have no idea of knowing even if we will play them. So, but we know how competitive they are.
You know, there are no guarantees, but you like the way you played up in Greensboro and kind of carrying that forward into this?
I very much liked the approach that our young men had. I thought we got after it. It was a game against Maryland that you tip your hat to Sharon. I thought the Virginia game was another one that was very important to us, and it's a shame we can't so-called live with that one, but that obviously was one that was a long way from being meaningless, but it's history.
How much momentum, can you guys take, especially from a performance like that in the ACC tournament, especially knowing, that maybe you haven't had a great performance there the last few years? Can you tell a difference between what that means heading into the postseason?
To say that it didn't mean anything would be a lie. It did mean something. You could see that by the way we played. It shows me what kind of competitors that we have in this program. That's what makes me proud. And I mentioned it to them after the game when we were out in left field getting ready to come back on that short bus ride. They prepared at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I watched them over at University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Just the way they went about their business of getting ready to play a very good Virginia team. And I went to the ballpark thinking, okay, let's see what happens. I was very proud of the way we prepared and got after it.
Mike, Tim mentioned you've seen Alabama a bunch of times. In another regional, it looks like Florida and Miami are paired up against each other, which has happened several times. Do you like? Is it just the way it has to be in college baseball, where you can have these regional?
I think that's the way you have to look at it. You don't want two teams from the same conference paired up against each other. You don't want two rivals, so to speak, paired up against each other. It's a very difficult situation for the committee, and I think they've done a tremendous job over the years in staying away from that.
Mike, you got a starter in mind for Friday yet?
He's on our team.
Okay, that helps.
You know, we're still a little undecided. I guess we could say it this way: Stroder Compton will start Friday night. I'll have that for you tomorrow.
All right.
And whoever doesn't would presumably be the guy on Sunday?
If yes, sir.
You're hit playing on Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Will you have Brandon or Bryant this weekend? And if you do
Brandon Lee Brandt will throw a simulated 3-inning game, God willing, in the next hour and a half. We will find out whether or not he will be available this weekend.
if he was available, not to get ahead of yourselves here, but if he was available, would you trust him in a close game right away, or after 2 months of not seeing game action, would you want to see him in not such a crucial situation?
You know, that is such a good question, and I've got to say, heck yeah. How can you not trust a guy who pitched the opening game, if I'm not mistaken, of the 2012 College World Series? How can you not trust a guy who pitched the first game, help me if I'm wrong, second game last year in a super regional? So if he is ready, he will be used.
Holtman?
You said Lee Brand.
Yo, he did. I'm asking Holtman. Is
Oh,
there any
Lord,
update?
have mercy. That really doesn't hear you right. I don't know yet about Bryant, Corey. He just hasn't shown us that here it comes. It's just not really shown us that 90-mile-an-hour fastball and that hard cutter and that good curveball. And it's understandable because he hasn't really tested it. Lee Brandt, on the other hand, threw a BP session in Greensboro. I believe some of you saw it. And there wasn't any problems with that arm.
You spoke about Lee Brennan having him, he pitched in the 2012 College World Series. What does it say to have an experienced team that's been in a College World Series, has fallen just short? How does that help you guys going in this year's run?
Well, you like to think it means a lot. Indiana hadn't been to the College World Series in many, many, many years. We had a number of guys on the team last year that played in the 2012 series, and it didn't seem to matter to the University of Indiana.